I like to share this story sometimes to just kind of shed a light on how harmful the idea of like traditional families and how, just ideal and how important they are in our society. So I'm a trans man. My husband is also a trans man. I have an almost 9-year-old biological son. I started my transition after I had left my son's father. My son was very, very young when I began my medical transition. For the past 8 years, I have stayed sober. I have maintained employment. I graduated college on the dean's list. I did everything I had to ensure that I was a good parent, a reliable parent, a compassionate parent, everything I could do. Then I met my husband, who had just finished training. He had a great job. After a while, he moved down here with me. He's a trans man as well. And he had a great job, like so did I. We showed up to every function we needed to. We always showed up. We made sure we were the most reliable, compassionate, productive, I guess, parents, that we could be, which we still are. But we're both trans and technically in a gay marriage, relationship at that point. Up until this point, even though some points were very rocky, my son's father and I, we co-parented well. I didn't really have a choice to allow my son to see him. It was court ordered. So given what I was given, I just tried to make the best out of it, and so did he. So we pretty much got along and co-parented pretty well. Until 2 officers knocked on my door one day and I found out that my son's father had been on high-speed chases that they thought were drug-related. Knowing this, I obviously couldn't allow my son to go over there unsupervised. That's incredibly dangerous. So I went to court. My son's father was livid that we had the nerve to go to court, my husband and I, and he made it his mission to ensure that revenge was sought in any way possible. We'd have weird cars like driving by our house. He'd know like what we were doing and belongings in our car. I remember one time we were driving in his town and we got ran off the road with my child in the car. But possibly the worst thing he did, he teamed up with a local church and their goal was to portray my husband and I in court as unfit parents because we are trans and gay, and for only that reason. My son's father didn't make it to court. He ended up ODing and died of a fentanyl overdose, while my husband and I were working our asses off to pay lawyer fees and to make sure Roman had anything and everything he needed. The non-traditional family.